Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of the rain barrel test here at home before we take it up to the cabin. Uh, Try to think of everything I could before I get it up there because it's basically an hour round trip back and forth to the hardware store. So just a little update on what I've added in between. You see I've got a T and two cutoff valves, one to shut off this tank, so I can come in here and cut that off. So if I ever need to service this tank or remove it, I actually have a PVC union. Yes, I have a small leak because these are not level. This is merely for testing. So I can shut this off, and I will end up putting a garden hose thread adapter on this end so I can drain it away from the house. But if I need to, I can drain this tank, take it off, clean it, do whatever I need to, put it back in, turn this back on, and actually anybody that knows water self-leveling, the water in the rest of the tanks will actually backfill into this tank and level itself out. So I've did that on all but one because Home Depot decided they wanted to run out of 3/4 inch ball valves. So I actually need one right there. But all the tanks have PVC union. All this is 3/4 inch PVCs, just stuff I had laying around here other than the unions and the ball valves. And this last tank in line I won't put one on because technically that shut off valve will take the place of it. So if I ever need to service this one, I can. One other thing I did want to talk a little bit about is this little guy right here. It's on the end. There's where my garden hose will go to my on-demand 12-volt water pump. And what I did, sorry, I'm not a professional videographer. This is a 3/4 inch compression union, $5 and some change from the hardware store. And I don't know if you can see. Ooh, hang on. You see that right there? I got this off of another YouTuber online that actually did the same thing. He took some screen, put it in both ends. There's actually a screen on this end as well. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. Hang on. Let me get this off for you. So anybody that runs a pressure washer, or a lot of people that have looked at these, you need some kind of filter before your pump so that any little debris that gets past any redundancy filters that you put in place, so it won't go inside your pump and clog it up. Well, this bushing right here, there's a small little screen you can kind of see around the edges where I just trimmed it up to keep it inside the threads. And inside there, if you look at my previous video of, it's not on here now, but the poly filter that I have right here for the gutters when they pour into the first barrel, I took a small section of it, cut it the length from thread to thread, rolled it up, and put it inside there. Like I said, the screen's on both ends. Put it back together, put it on, tested the flow height of it. It was, sorry, that's my Beagle. And tested the flow. It didn't hamper the flow any at all. A lot of it's because I have 3/4 inch pipe. My garden hose, I believe, is 5/8 or 1/2 inch. It's a smaller one. Because really what you get in your house, and if you put a low flow head fittings on all your stuff, you're not going to pull that much out of them, especially not what we're doing. So so I just made me a inline filter. I had an arrow on here with Sharpie, but it rubs off. But I'm going to mark an arrow permanently, put a sticker, paint it, something, so I always know the flow. And this will just go right on here, my pump will connect right there and go into the house. And eventually we may have some other filters, maybe if I decide to go far enough to do a couple different sediment filters and a UV filter, so we won't really have to worry too much about this water. Bella, there she is. That's all that noise right there, folks. Anybody that owns a beagle knows they're small, but they have a big mouth. So yeah, so I don't have my vents on the top like I had in the previous video, but I just wanted to share, trying to think of everything I can before I get it up there. Just because it's such a long trip to go get anything that I need, I'll flip it over and test it here, and you know, anything I can. I'll probably end up buying 8 more blocks just to get it up higher, because I added the unions between the tank and the manifold, and it's got it basically sitting on the ground. But I mean, like I said, if you wanted to drain this tank, it's the 3rd one in line. So you just come in here, shut the first 2 off. If I had one there, I'm sorry, this is a bad example. If I had one there, you would shut this one off, and then you just come in here. I have filled it with water. I'm just testing to make sure all my feeding's good. There's no pressure inside here really, other than just gravity water pressure. So now I can just flush this tank out, take it off, clean it out, do whatever I need to, and then turn around and put it back on, and I'm ready to go. So hopefully that'll be the last, once I get this last 3/4 inch ball valve put in here. That may be it until we get it up to the cabin and get some gutters put on the side that I actually want to collect rainwater off of. And I think I'm going to do a first flush system just to try to keep as much debris out of it as I can. I've watched a lot of videos on there. I'll actually do one when I get mine set up. And guys, let me know what you think. If you can think of anything else that I may not have thought of, please comment down below. Hit that like button. I know my kids enjoy me making these videos. I got some other people that are interested to see what I do outside of work. So this is it. I play around with PVC and water. Guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.